Hello, my friend. Welcome to my timeline. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. I'm so happy you're here. So, first thing I want to say is if you were here yesterday, I had a little bit of homework, and what I had to do was go through my journal and check back to see if I had any journal entries from 6 months ago. We were talking yesterday about the connection between the new moon and full moons and how every 6 months, what I should say is when there's a new moon in, say, Taurus, 6 months later, there's going to be a full moon. So we just had a full moon yesterday. And so I wanted to look back to see if I had any journal entries and I wanted to see what I was talking about. Unfortunately, I was in a phase of not writing the dates, so I am not quite sure where I was when I was writing. So I don't have that data. So very grateful that we're doing these recorded videos because now I have accurate data that I can go on, and it's a good note to self to keep putting dates on my journaling pages. So now that we're all caught up, welcome to today. Another thing I wanted to mention, new thing that just happened in my world like 2 hours ago. We have new neighbors moving in downstairs. They've just left the house to get another load, I'm assuming, to bring over. But if you've been following the saga that is our house, or if you haven't and you're new here, I'll give you a quick little rundown. We're living in a duplex and we're not the best neighbors. We're the top floor and we're a house of musicians and artists, and we have a baby and we have a very barky dog. So unfortunately, we're not the best neighbors. We do the best we can. We try to be as respectful as possible, but we just simply are a little bit loud. I like singing at the top of my lungs all the time. It just kind of happens. It just kind of happens. And then Josh is like, Jess. And I'm like, right, indoor voice. So we've had quite a few neighbors over the years that we've been here. Two of them have bought houses. So, they're moving on up. They've bought houses, but the last neighbors, they just weren't very friendly. Even before they moved in, they didn't really want anything to do with us. And we tried throughout the year that they were here to like have conversations, and it just wasn't the right match. And they moved out, and we've had the whole house to ourselves for almost 2 months now because these current neighbors, they were supposed to move in December 1st, but turns out they're moving in a little bit early. It was a surprise to us. I just all of a sudden heard the door open and I heard noise downstairs, and I was like, oh, the landlords must be doing something, but no, they're moving in. So we'll see how this goes. I record in the space that's right above their bedroom. So it's making me realize there is probably going to be another shift. And I think it might have been yesterday or the day before. We were chatting a little bit about change and how we were talking about unexpected change, right? That's so interesting. We were talking about unexpected change because there's moments where you can kind of prep when you know that things are going to happen in your life, or you can sense when things are going to shift, so you can put things in order to prepare a little bit for that shift. But then there's times where there's just something unexpected in your world. And I've been recording at like 6 a.m. and sometimes like 10 or 11 p.m. So I have been recording on like opposite ends of the clock because no one's been downstairs, and I haven't had to worry about being loud. If you've been here since the beginning, you might remember in those early videos, I was like, hey, it's just like, I'm just going to be really quiet because there's neighbors and I don't want to disrupt. And I was like mouse voice because I didn't want to be disruptive. And I remember being embarrassed. I remember not wanting to be loud and not wanting to be heard by them because there was like a slight embarrassment of them being like, "What's that girl? Like, what is she doing up there? Why is she just talking?" And as I go into this next season with these new neighbors, I obviously am going to have to be mindful about when I record, and I might not be able to record at 11 p.m. I might not be able to record at 6 a.m. So I'm going to have to make shifts in order to ensure the comfortability of the house as a whole, because when you are living with people, you do have to be respectful. At least I want to be respectful and I want them to be comfortable here. And I'm very aware that they're already going to have to deal with a stomping baby and a barking dog and a singing wife and a Josh is pretty quiet. We do a lot of like construction up here. We build a lot of shelves and we paint things and we move furniture a lot. We're just always shifting. We're always changing. So good luck to our new neighbors who I haven't met yet, but we're gonna do our best. So yeah, that's new in my world. What's new in your world? Any unexpected changes or any shifts in your life that you just have to now adjust to? What's that like for you? I'd love to know. You can let me down. Let me down. You can let me know in the comments below if you're feeling brave. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to chat with you about today. You know what? There is. There is. I had a really nice moment at work today, and I just really like to express gratitude for when kindness comes into my world, because it's always so nice when people take a moment to be kind, and it doesn't happen every day. So I just want to celebrate that, and it felt really good. So I work at a restaurant, so I'm in the service industry, and we all know the service industry can be a little bit challenging dealing with the general population. I mean, we've all been there where we've gone out and we're like not having a good day, and maybe the service is a little bit slow, or maybe they forgot your bacon, or like just things happen, and it's so easy to be like dissatisfied or a little bit frustrated with the person in front of you. And I was just working, going about my day, and I went to check on one of my tables, and one of the girls just said, she's like, "Hey, like I hope you know that you're really good at your job. You're like really good at what you do." And I was like, "Hey, like thank you for saying that." It's not you know what? I have to say people are very kind in this business, in the restaurant that I'm at. People are genuinely very kind, and a lot of them have a lot of really nice things to say to me. So it does occur in my world, probably more than the average server. But I said to this girl, I said, "Thank you so much for saying that to me. Like it really and truly means a lot." And it made my day because I I wasn't doing anything particularly special. Like I didn't go out of my way to make her experience anything more than I would have for anyone else, or that I was doing. But she just was watching me work the restaurant, and she was like, "You're really good at what you do. Like I just wanted you to I hope you know that." And I was like, "Thank you." That felt really good. Like it brought me a lot of joy. And so that was really kind. And I appreciate people spreading kindness because it's something that I try to do as well. If there's a moment that I see an opportunity to give someone a compliment, I've been taking it because it feels really good to support people and to be kind. Not that I drink, but like if there was a drinking game of how many times do you take a sip every time Jess says kind today? Or like a sip of coffee, we'd probably be at the end of the cup. All right, with that, my friends, I hope you're having a beautiful day, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.